What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Loud and Slow motorsports video. We just picked up this $100 quad. It's a 300EX. I think the year on it is a 1997, if you can read that. EX, there's proof. But anyways, it needs quite a bit of work. As you can see, like I said, picked it up for $100. We got the tires with it, both sets. They both hold air. They're actually severely light. You can't really see it, but my brake rotor shield is bent on both sides because they didn't put the tires on it when they set it down in the grass. Kind of like how I just did, but that one's sitting in the tire. But plastics ain't the greatest of shape, as you can see. The frame appears to be all good. Nothing's really bent. It needs a new head gasket, I believe, since there's oil absolutely everywhere. I need to fix my reverse because I don't know what's up with it. I honestly really don't know how to work this, if I go up or down. If anybody that owns a 300EX with a reverse, let me know on how to use that, or I'll just find a YouTube video. But gas tank, it's pretty rusty on the inside, don't look the greatest on the outside. The wiring looks like crap. Honestly, I don't know what's all what. I know it has a headlight up here. And they did a crappy wiring job for that. Needs a new battery. These shifting levers, or not shifting levers, but levers, they're not the greatest. They're loose, but I mean, pretty tight. So that's what matters. That one's not as loose, but also works. Brakes all seem to work. These are the tires off the Jeep, but I need a new rear axle. Actually, you can't really tell, but my bearings are all the way out in the swing arm, and then we have to cut this all off because somebody tried welding it and it looks absolutely horrendous. It makes me want to cry, but I honestly feel bad for this spoiler because it was not really taken care of. Spark plug actually looks pretty good. I checked that yesterday whenever I was on my way home from picking it up. We drove like 2 hours to pick it up. But I mean, it ain't bad. I have parts that, or I know where I can get parts for it. It's not going to be very hard to do. I need to put a new exhaust on. It's not fully on there. Well, I guess you can't really see it. Let me get this rear fender off. Alright, pulling off this fender and seat. Which that ain't too bad. Could be worse, honestly, but there's really only 2 cracks in it that I've discovered. And my air filter, there is none in it, believe it or not. We have a mesh for it, and it's not good at all. So then my exhaust, it's just a clamp on exhaust. It's kind of hard to bolt it on there because it's so stiff, but I imagine if I put a wrench on it, that's only hand type. But basically in this video we're going to try to be getting this running. Now if y'all are wondering about the Jeep series, don't worry, we're still in the middle of making the video on it, but we still gotta do some cutting stuff on it. My buddy's coming to get the rear axle out of it, hopefully today, and get the wiring stuff off of it. The winch is staying though, but we're just trying to get this down to the main frame, so that way we can get a new one made for us. Yeah, I say for us because I don't trust my welds to hold the main frame. Now if it's something simple like this winch, I trust my welds enough. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, coming back over the 300EX, we're going to need also a new set of rear tires because these will not bolt up. I had thought they would, but they will not to my hubs, so gotta get that. The shifter is loose on this, like that, which I know it's not supposed to, but hold on. So yeah, it does go in a gear, luckily. I'm not sure what gear that is. But then we got a breather hose just chilling here on the motor. I don't know what that's for. If somebody knows, let me know. But they said it does run, so we're going to test that by hooking up a jumper box to this battery, and hopefully nothing burns to the ground. The way you start this, I believe you flick on this switch and then you push the push button here. If you guys are wondering about a throttle, it has just a regular twist throttle. Not the fan of it, but oh well, it's a twist throttle. But anyways, let's go ahead and get the jump back on this thing and see if we can get this thing fired up, and hopefully it don't do something stupid. I got my jumper box hooked up to the battery. Now we're just going to see if this thing starts. I'm going to leave that open, but anyways, I think that's already on. No way. That's insane. Smokes like a fucking freight train, but damn. Hold on, give her a little rev. Whoa. Nope, she don't like it. But hey, $100 and she runs. Needs rebuilt though, so I would drop any gear, but I'm kind of scared too. But anyways, all right, as you see in the last clip, it runs. Had my buddy help me out and lift the front of it to put the front tires on. Now they're not bolted, but it just gives you a good visualization. Okay, but anyways, I don't think there's anything cracked on it. Like I was saying, on that brake shield, it's right here. I don't think it looks too bad. I guess I can bend that back, but this one actually don't look too bad besides down here. Anyways, but it's clapped. As you've seen, it does run. There is a hole up here in the motor right here. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's kind of supposed to be like that, but I don't know. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this video. So the next video we'll be power washing it, getting it all cleaned up. That's if I don't already do that to begin with before the next video. But I mean, mainly the next video will be over doing the rear end and trying to get all the wiring done up. But and then maybe put on a new exhaust. Anyways, it's getting pretty dark out in the sky. I think it's about to rain, so yep, we'll go ahead and throw those back plastics back on, all the plastics in and on it, and go from there. Now the rear end on the Jeep did also get taken off, but that's how the Jeep is going to be for now. So far it don't look like much, but gotta pick up some of the crap in the yard. Anyways, but if you enjoyed this week's video here at Loud&Slow Motorsports, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. We're at 107 right now, so would mean the world. I'm hoping by the end of this build series we can hit 150 on the 300EX, 150 subs, and by the end of the Jeep we can hit about 1,000 once the Jeep is done and we CBR 600 RR swap it. Yes, CBR 600 RR swap the motor. I was going to throw a 300EX motor in it, but I decided not to. Why not go all out? But so anyways, I'll catch you guys in another one.